Hello friends, this is Durga from IT Varsity, a one-stop shop to learn all the technologies. At this time we are talking about building Spark-based applications using Scala as programming language, and we are talking about RDDs. Already we have covered how to create RDD of parallelized collections and also how to create RDD on local file system, files from local file system. And now we will see how to create RDD on external dataset which lies on HDFS. Unlike earlier video or earlier topic where we created RDD on local file system, in this we will try to create RDD on HDFS. So if you follow my video, the major my videos in a flow, the major difference between the last video and this video is the path here. Okay, you need to have the data first in HDFS, using which you can actually create a RDD. So first let us understand how to create the data and all those things, and we'll be using text file function itself to create RDD even from the files in HDFS. So already we have this one as part of this the last video. If we don't have, make sure you create one. Okay, just run the code snippet. We are trying to execute 3 commands in one line Linux terminal. The first one is to go to home directory, second one is to create the directory Spark demo Scala data, and then the last one is Spark demo Scala data. We are going into the directory called Spark demo Scala data. Okay, and once that is done, make sure you have created the file data.txt. You can open it with VA editor, and I already have the data. If you don't have, you create at least 5 records. Make sure you have all alphanumeric values in that. Once you have this directory and the file, you have to copy to HDFS to read data from HDFS. Okay, and the way you can create the directory in HDFS, if you have complete permissions on HDFS, is by creating a user space for root. By default, you will not have user space for root if you are using Hortonworks Sandbox. Not root especially, but for the OS user which you are trying to use. In this case, root is my OS user which I am trying to execute. If you are using Cloudera VM, Cloudera will be the OS user. As long as the OS user have the sudo permissions, you can run this command and create the user space for that user. Okay, so first run this code snippet. It has 2 commands in this code snippet. First one I am trying to run as HDFS. Both the commands I am trying to run as HDFS. Sudo -u HDFS will tell to run the subsequent command as that particular user. So HDFS is the super user in HDFS. He is a OS user and it's a super user, and you have to use that one to create the user spaces for a user at OS level. In this case, I am trying to create a user space for user root. And don't worry if you do not understand in detail. This is not HDFS training. They will be covered elsewhere. You don't need to worry about it. Make sure you have some directory where you can you can create directories and files in HDFS to explore further. Okay. That being said, Hadoop fs-mkdir is HDFS command to create a directory in HDFS. So this command will create a directory under /user with my and I have given the subdirectory name under /user as the OS user name. So if you have logged in with a different user, you can you have to give that username here and also here and also here. Okay, ch1 is the command which will change the ownership on that directory to root. Otherwise, it will be the owner will be HDFS. Run this command. It will create the directory /user/root, and also the owner of the /user/root will be root. You can validate that by saying Hadoop fs-ls user and hit enter. There should be a root directory in that where the owner is also root. If you are using Cloudera as the OS user, you should see /user/Cloudera here, and the owner should be Cloudera. If you use SumX, it should be /user/SumX, and the owner also should be SumX, and the OS user also should be SumX. Okay. So that being said, now let us create the similar directory structure in HDFS also. So this command will create Spark demo and Scala under /user/root. Okay, and then you can use Hadoop ss-put command to copy all the files under data. So first make sure that you have only one file in this ls. There is only one file, and also we are already in the directory, so we can actually say cat data.txt here, so you can see the data. So you just copy this one. If you are using different user than root, you have to replace even the complete path will change. So to get the complete path, go to the directory and type pwd, which gives present working directory, and make sure that whatever is here is placed here. So what we are trying to do with Hadoop ss-put command is we are trying to copy all the files in this location on the local file system into HDFS. Okay, and this is the HDFS directory which we have already created by using -mkdir command previously, and hit enter. Okay, now you have created the directory, sorry, you have copied the data. You can validate it by saying again Hadoop ss-ls and hit enter. Okay, and you can see that there is a file, sorry, there is a directory called data copied, and if you do ls on the data directory, you will see a file called data.txt in that. And you can also preview the data by saying cat command data.txt. So these are all Hadoop ss commands. If you want to learn Hadoop ss, I have content elsewhere on my blog. If you go to the blog, I will provide you the link for you to understand HDFS in detail. You can learn all these commands by following that link as part of my blog. Okay, it's not there yet, but I will add towards the end somewhere here, so that you can actually start learning HDFS once you land in my blog for the code snippets. And for this topic on my blog, you can go to itversity.com topic resilient distributed datasets RDD, and then you will understand. Okay, you will see all the code snippets. There are sections or tabs here which are already covered. You can navigate through the appropriate tab and start exploring the or pasting the stuff directly. That being said, now we have to launch Scala. You can run Spark shell command, and once you are in the Spark in Scala context or Scala in Spark context, you can run this command. Okay, so it has created RDD. The path has to be correct. Even if the path is not correct, it will pass, but when you try to preview or when you try to do certain actions, it will fail. So here in this case, path is correct. So the RDD will be created for the file which is in this location, and here you have to give the appropriate name and port number under HDFS colon to tell the Spark context object to read from HDFS location. How to get that information? You have to go to the cluster, either onto the gateway node, or even in case of Sandbox, it's a single node cluster. There is a location called etc Hadoop conf. You have to go to that location, and then there is a file called coresite.xml. Go to that location and get the URL from there. You have to use this one to prefix before the directory structure in HDFS to make sure that you read from HDFS. If it is local file system, you have to say file : //. If it is HDFS, you have to give HDFS : //, and the name node. This should be the name node IP address, which you can get it from the coresite.xml, and also port number, and then the path in HDFS. Okay, this should be same as Even from using Hadoop fs command, you can actually say Hadoop fs minus ls and give the name node IP address and port number. It will read, you can read using that also. Okay, by default it is reading from my user space, and it has returned the directory, but I can dig further and give the complete path, and you can see the data.txt here. It is same as earlier where I don't have this one. Okay, so to make sure that you read from HDFS, it's always better to give this path when you try to use sc.txt file. For file, make sure you read it using file : / and then you will be able to process the data downstream. Okay, already RDD is created, it is of type string. Again, we have to we can preview the data by using this function for each, because RDD is nothing but a collection, and in this case the items in the collection are nothing but lines in the file. So when we read the data using sc.txt file, each when it creates the RDD, each line will be created as an item in the RDD. And here each of these things are of type string, so we cannot just do apply reduce function to get the count on string. Hence we have to apply the map function to transform the data. Again, you will see all these map function, reduce function in detail later. As of now, we are just creating the RDD and perform some operations to make sure that we are able to write Spark based applications on top of that RDD. Don't worry too much about map function and reduce function at this time, as long as you understand that sc.txt file is the function to read the data from external datasets. If the dataset is in HDFS, you have to give HDFS : / name node IP address : port number / the path in HDFS to read files from the particular location. That is more important than anything else. We will see rest of the topics little bit later. That being said, I hope you are enjoying the content. If you like it and if you want to provide the feedback, please do so. If you think something is missing and if you don't want to rate 5 or 100%, make sure you place the comment so that I can improvise as part of the future courses or future videos. That being said, thank you. Bye.